we live, finally. Our second attempt to go live tonight. The first attempt was interrupted. We have many interruptions going on. All right. We've got one live. All right. We're back. Hey, all right, we're live on YouTube. Let's see if we're live on Periscope. Checking. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I wish I knew how to sing, because if I could sing, I would be able to sing for everybody. Hey, what's up, what's up? We're back. Hey, hello, Jorge and Joe. What's up, everybody? I'm like seeing all my favorite people in the comments. Everyone in the comments. Periscope, YouTube. Nobody hacked my YouTube. There wasn't an internet problem. There wasn't a YouTube connection problem. Everything's fine. The only thing that happens is that things keep coming up. And so that's what happened. Hello, Janet. Hello, Steph. What's up? Steph. Does anyone remember Steph? Steph was here last week. She was on my live stream. She basically opened up to us and had girl talk with me. She was the first and last girl on my live stream. And so if you want to see girls chatting on my live stream, just go back to last week, watch Steph Black chatting with me. And we talk about some really cool things that you won't see on any of the other episodes on this, whatever this is, show, on this live stream. So someone was saying earlier that they watched my live streams to help them go to bed. I'm so touched that I can help you go to sleep at night. Really, like, you know, much better than anything else is the ability to make you fall asleep at night, because if you can fall asleep at night, that means that I did my job of making the world a better place. Okay, and also hey, whoever left YouTube to go to Periscope, go back to YouTube. Go back to your room. Get out of Periscope. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's what's important. So, someone was saying, so someone said that I was helping them fall asleep. And then my friend was saying the other day, like, oh, I listened to your live streams because, like, it's like, you know, it's like white noise. And I listened to it, like, going to work and stuff like that. So, it's very interesting to me. Thank you for subscribing. So, whatever your needs are, I can fill your needs that are purely, strictly live stream related. No other needs. Alright, so as I was saying in the other live stream that I deleted, kind of, the one that I did first, I was in Philly over the weekend. It was great. I had a lot of fun. I went to Atlantic City and Philly, and as I was saying, Atlantic City is basically the very, very, very ghetto version of Vegas. All right. Atlantic City is like if you took Vegas and you just made everybody infinitely uglier, and the streets infinitely dirtier, and like the hotels infinitely scrappier, and everything infinitely more expensive. That's Atlantic City. So and just like a lot of fried foods. But it was still a lot of fun. I was with good people. We had a lot of good fun. And and then I came back. And then I continued work today, and it's been good. So I wanted to do a live stream Friday night, but because of the traveling and everything, I got home too late. I got there too late, and then it would have been midnight. You guys would have been sleeping, so I couldn't do it. It would have been past midnight, and so I couldn't do it. It wasn't worth it. But that was Atlantic City and Philly, and I did a vlog while I was there. But then I had audio problems with my the camera, the audio on my phone, so that didn't work. Anyway, so it's just a lot of little technical problems. But we're here tonight, and so many frustrating things happening today. It's just just everything today. It's a Monday, and everything is just getting back on track, but so many frustrating things. I work in PR now, so basically I'm on the totally opposite side of what I was before. I used to be working in TV, and I was helping to produce a TV show. And then now I'm on the other side of that, where I'm pitching people to go on TV, so I have to get the attention of people who work in TV. The thing is, it's so hard to get people in TV's attention, and I know that because I was there, and it's you just get a ton of emails every day, and you don't really answer any of them, and then there's all these PR people, and they're just calling you every day, and then you're just you never answer them, and then they just keep calling you. And hey, Neon, I read your chats, and I read Twitter, and I read everything. I don't necessarily respond to every single thing, but I read it. Okay, I'm not a TV producer. I read the chat, I read your Twitter comments. I don't respond to everything because I just feel it's if I read it, then I read it. I don't feel I need to tell you that I read it because I just don't feel like it. But I read it, and I also read the other box. I don't always respond because it's just it takes so much more time to respond. It's much quicker to just read through it. So yeah, when you're in TV, you just suddenly have a lot of best friends, because everybody in PR is trying to reach you, and they're just hey, put my client on TV, put my client on your show. And the thing is, it's good, it's good, but sometimes if you're dealing with very grumpy people, and in TV there's a lot of grumpy people who are just because PR is so much. There's a nice thing about PR. It's the pay is better, and people are just happier who work in PR. If you work in a PR firm, it's just more laid back. Everything is less on a deadline. It's a little calmer, and the only thing that's stressful is a pushy client, or people or people in TV. The only people who work in TV are just very stressful, and very stressed out. And when I was there, I just felt I felt a little bit it was a sorority house, because there's a lot of girls, and they all want to be they all want to be TV anchors or whatever, and they're all just, it's very cliquey, and I never really felt I could be part of the clique. I was always on the side, in a corner, working on the computer, and I didn't like it. I just felt kind of it was bad energy. I would go there, I would just do my own little thing, and then I'd go back, and I couldn't leave the office, so I was just sitting there watching everybody else have their little cliquey moments, and then I just go home. PR is not like that, but the only stressful part is trying to communicate with people who work in TV, but not everybody. Yeah, so anyway, if you want to see the comments across the platform, you have to open up your both Twitter and Periscope at the same time, because some of your comments are on Twitter, some of your comments are on Periscope, and people on Periscope can't see the comments from people on Twitter, and vice versa. So if you're on Periscope, you want to see people's comments on Twitter, open up Twitter and just watch them at the same time so you see both comments. And same with Twitter. So, and I'm not just saying that because I want more views, but I do want more views. And if you're not on YouTube, like and subscribe on YouTube as well. So, yeah, so just a lot of crazy shit happening today. I've been seeing a lot of, like, you know, drama happening. Sorry, one person's asking, is there no politics in PR? The kind of PR that I'm working in, no politics. That's why I, like, you know, I'm trying to be less fiery. I'm trying to, like, not care too much, because honestly, politics has not done great in my life. It's not helping me. It's not helping me to, like, pick a side and this and that. You know, like, I just want friends. I just want my friends. I just want to have fun, and, like, I just want to comment on things just for the sake of commenting, but, like, I really don't care. I really don't care about the issues that you care about. Like, whatever issues you care about, I probably don't care about it, unless it's, like, censorship or something. And, like, you know, things I kind of care about, but it's not like I wouldn't be able to die on any hill for it. So, anyway, so, yeah, I've been seeing, like, a lot of crazy shit going on today. Kyle Kashuv, he's a Parkland survivor, and he was, like, you know, some really bad tweets from his past. He was 16, he's, like, 18 now. So tweets from when he was 16 years old came up, and it was, like, him saying, you know, like, the N-word and all that stuff. And and he was admitted to Harvard. When this happened, you know, someone went to Harvard and gave the admissions people at Harvard his tweets and said, you shouldn't be accepting this kid in your school. And so they rescinded his acceptance. So he is not going to Harvard, and not only is he not going to Harvard, because he rejected the other schools that gave him scholarships and all that, he's not going to any other school either. So he's basically stuck. And it's, like, summer time already, and it's almost the school year. So he's not going to college. And it's very upsetting. I can imagine he's very upset by this. And, you know, people are like, yeah, you should, you know, you should be. Honestly, like, I feel bad. Like, I know I'm gonna get heat for saying this because it's like, well, he said the N-word. Ah! Like, honestly, he's a kid. I mean, I never said the N-word, but also at the same time, I was not in secular culture. I was in totally different community with a totally different culture, and we didn't even know, like, the N-word wasn't even a thing. Like, it wasn't even part of the culture. So you won't find that in my past, but that's not because I was, like, a good kid. It's because we had, like, totally different, you know, like, in these secular schools, a lot of these kids try to be cool, and they have, like, you know, the worst thing possible you can say is the N-word. So that's, you know, in my school, the worst possible thing you could say is, like, shut up. I'm not kidding. Like, you can't say shut up because that's, like, a bad word. What's, like, the worst thing you can say? The F word, probably. The F word in my school is, like, the worst thing possible. But in these schools, the worst thing possible you can say is the N-word. So these kids, when they try to be cool, they say the N-word. And, like, you know, I don't think a 16-year-old really cares. You know what I mean? Like, especially, like, you know, 16-year-old in a prep school, and all these people are, like, pretending to be, like, really offended. Oh, I don't think these people are really offended. I think it's really, I really, really honestly just think it's politics. And, it really gets me upset, because when I see this kind of stuff, I just feel like I don't want to be involved at all. Like, I don't want to be involved with anyone who thinks like this, with anyone who attacks people based on politics. Don't want to be involved, because for me, I don't care about that shit. I just, I just want friends. I just want, and, like, when I see, people really, really, really try to destroy a 16-year-old, he's 18, okay, I really feel bad, to be honest. Like, really, 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 in all honesty. You know what I mean? Like, it's, people don't like the kid, and I get it. It's annoying. I honestly, it just bothers me to see, like, little kids being put on this pedestal, and they're like, oh, he's giving a speech. It's like, no, this kid is, like, 16, 17. Unless the kid, like, himself. Some kids are really smart, and, but, like, some kids are really smart. Okay, but in general, it bothers me to see a kid who is clearly, I don't think people are really upset about it, to be honest. Like, anyone who says that they're really, really, really upset about it, I really, really don't think they're upset about it. I think they either don't like him from before, or they don't want to see him being successful because he's of a different political strain or whatever. He's a threat to competition. He's this or that. Like, I really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, don't think that anybody who's, like, really, really outraged by this really cares. Like, I really don't. And most people who are just like, ah! They're just, it's cover for something else. And people are like, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing to say, and I'm not, like, gonna apologize for anyone who says that. And I think it's fine for Harvard to rescind their offer to anyone, It happens. Harvard rescinds, they retract, like, 50 to 60 offers every year, and it doesn't even matter, like, it's not necessarily for politics. It's like, they'll retract offers based on, like, oh, you share, like, a inappropriate meme in a private chat, like, 10 years ago. Okay, you're not accepted to Harvard. And so, like, so Harvard does that all the time. I don't think it's because of Kyle's politics. I really don't think that at all. David Hogg wasn't accepted to any of these schools, and he's liberal. I mean, I really don't think it has to do with politics. And people get their offers to Harvard retracted all the time. It does have to do with politics that someone brought it to Harvard's attention. And that's not Harvard. That's whoever brought it to Harvard's attention. It bothers me. It doesn't bother me that he got his offer retracted to Harvard, for the reasons being that, that's what Harvard does. They do it a lot. They do it to people. It's unfortunate. It's actually very unfortunate. It bothers me that it happened to him, but it doesn't make me mad at Harvard. It bothers me that it happened to this kid. He's a kid. But it doesn't bother me that Harvard did it, because Harvard does that all the time. And also, like, whatever. It's a thing that happens a lot to people who work in politics, and it's not that it doesn't upset me. It's just that, like, it happens to me all the time, and I'm not even famous. So, like, it's kind of like, I guess, something you have to deal with. If it's kind of like, at least the blow comes early before later. Better earlier than later. Anyway, I feel bad for Kyle, and I'm not just saying that because I really feel bad for him because he's a kid, and I never was like, oh, like, it's not that I suddenly think he's a kid. It's like, I always thought he was a kid, and now I still think he's a kid, and, like, I did some stupid shit when I was 16. I did stupid shit when I was 15, 16. I used to like go with my friends. My friends didn't have a driver's license. I didn't have a driver's license. We would go and like drive their parents' car, and we would just like drive around. And I remember one time we even got pulled over by cops, and we pretended that we like have our license and stuff. And I remember like pretending like I have a gun, and it was the dumbest thing ever. Like, why would you do that? Why would any kid, why would you pretend like you have, why, first of all, you're driving without a license or registration or anything, somebody else's car, and like the cop pulls you over and you're like, hey, guess what? I have a gun. And like, why would anybody do that? That's what I did when I was 15, okay? So like, if I were to go to jail for that, I think I'm normal now. I think I'm pretty good, law-abiding citizen. I do good things. I try. I don't necessarily do good things, but I do everything according to the law, and I try to be very good, and I don't run anybody over. I don't get into car accidents. I don't I don't have a gun. I shouldn't, whatever. But anyway, I try to not, I try to be good citizen. But when I was 15, I did stupid shit like that I could have gone to jail for. And this cop was so nice. I remember him being like, where are your parents? Go to your parents now. And he basically like he just let us go. And he was like, he like scolded us and told us to go home to our parents now, or else we're gonna get in trouble. And so we went home to our parents because we got scared. But he was a good cop, but like he could have totally gotten us in trouble. Oh, Eli says David Hogg was accepted into Harvard. Oh wow, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize David Hogg was accepted into Harvard. I wonder what happened to that cop. I wonder what happened to the cop who pulled me and my friends over when we were 15 years old and driving their parents' car without a license because we were 15, and pretending to a cop who pulls us over that we have a gun, and just totally acting like a bunch of like crazy kids. So it doesn't surprise me. So that's like the worst thing possible you could do when you're 15, right? So like these kids in this prep school, the worst possible thing you could do is say the N-word. So they say the N-word a million times. N. And then I think there was also like some like anti-Semitic stuff in there. That's also really bad if you say that in prep school. And, Kyle's Jewish, so it's like, I don't think he actually was anti-Semitic. Why would, like, he's just saying a bunch of shit that he knows is like, it's like the worst thing you could say. And when you're 16, you just want to say the worst thing you can say possible. And, like, if this bothers you that I'm saying that, just like, screw you. Because, like, I can't imagine that you're actually outraged by this. And if you are, you're just way too stuffy, because, like, I want to know what you did when you were a kid. And you're going to be like, well, I never said the N-word. Well, I never said the N-word either. But I did stupid shit. I don't know about you. I did really stupid shit. And I like stuff that I should have gone to jail for. So... The Jews control the media! Ha ha! Anyway. True story. When I was in undergrad, I had a student paper, and like the student paper, it was like called the Bruin Standard. It was like me and my friend, we ran the paper. It was like a revamp, whatever. It was like it was like a mini weekly standard for UCLA conservatives. And so we had a paper, and we had like a bunch of writers that were writing for our paper, and we printed it. It was like a whole official thing. And there was this one kid who came on, He came on the team, and he was like, you know, like a shit poster, and he was part of our thing, and then he would like post like the most offensive things ever on his like Twitter, and they were like, you know, it was like all these like Hitler memes and like just all this like the most offensive things possible. It was like he was trying to be he was a freshman. So like I was a senior, right? He was a freshman. So he was like trying to be as offensive as possible, because when you're a freshman, you just want to be cool and you just want to say as many offensive things as you can. And so he was doing that, and basically like and one of the things he was saying was like, Jews control the media. And so so at some point I was like, you know what, like we can't have you in our paper anymore because you're just embarrassing us, and I don't want someone with Hitler memes in my paper. And I remember him being like, ha, I told you, Jews control the media. And I remember just I was like laughing to myself. I was like, ha. But anyway, CFL Mike says, what's the deal with the hearts? If you are new to Periscope, when you like hit the screen, like hearts come up. So just keep hitting the screen and the hearts will come up. Okay? Just keep hitting the screen. Someone asked about Huma Abedin. So for a while on Google, if you Google search my name, Huma's face will show up. Like literally, it'll be like, did you mean Huma Abedin? Like when you Google my name, and people actually did mistake me for her. Like I remember being at a party in Washington D.C. and like 2 or 3 people thought I was Huma because she was in the news that week and she had just broken up with her husband. She just separated, and I was sitting by the bar having a drink, and they thought that I was like a depressed Huma. Embarrassing. So yeah, so people did think I was Huma, and I was like, come on. And this one guy was like, wow, you look so much younger ever since you left that wiener dude. And I was like, yeah, shit, because I am way younger. Stupids. I'm like 40 years younger. I'm kidding, I'm not 40 years younger, but I'm a lot younger than Huma. Okay, so anyway, I see this picture going around of like dad bods. I see this picture going around of, you know, it was like, dad bods are more attractive to women than six-packers. Like, are you kidding me? Dad bods are, one second. Someone's saying I should have gone with the Huma Abedin thing. I know, I should have, right? I should have totally done it. People would have totally fell for it. Like, you know what I want to do, but I feel like she's not in the news now, so it's not even cool anymore. But I should have totally walked around pretending like I was Huma. I would have gotten invited to parties. I would have been able to do whatever I wanted. I would have like had all these guys hitting on me, all these old guys. Ew, never mind. I changed my mind. I'm kidding. But it would have been pretty cool if I pretended like I was Huma, because people would have totally fell for it, and I would have been able to be invited to all these clubs. So, dad bods are more attractive to women than men with six-packs. Hoo-ha! It really sounds like it sounds made up, and people are like, what, are you kidding me? And that tweet that was sent out, I think it was like BuzzFeed, everyone's like so annoyed by it. What? That's like such a scam. Why would you say that? Was it BuzzFeed? It was a New York Post. Dad bods are more attractive to women than rock hard abs, according to a survey. So weird. So basically, the whole idea that people aren't getting, people are like, well, what? Dad bods aren't attractive. Women like six packs. Here's the thing that men don't understand between men and women. The same men who think that women are like going to be turned on by a dick pic, okay? Like, dick pics are cool and cute and fun, and I'm sure they make your woman happy. They would. But dick pics are not going to turn a woman on the way that like a female nude is going to turn you on. And I feel like men don't understand this. And you should, because this is like, if you want to court women, knowing this will help a lot. Like, don't not send dick pics if you don't want to, but don't not send dick pics to your woman. Don't stop sending dick pics. Just know that she's not looking at it and getting turned on the way that you would if you saw her picture, okay? Because it's like, and that's like the other thing, like, why would women think that a dad bod is more attractive than a six-pack? The reason for that is because it doesn't have anything to do with the visuals at the end of the day. Like, it's for women, and there have been studies done on this, like, you know, which part of the brain gets aroused for men and women. For women, the part of the brain that gets aroused when she like sees something, when she sees like a hot guy or whatever, it's not the visual part. It's not like it's not like she sees something and then she gets aroused. It's like she sees something and then it like goes around to like, and then she sees something and then like the signals get sent through another part, like her emotional receptors, and then like based on how she feels about whatever it is that she's seeing, that's what determines whether or not she gets aroused. Does that make sense? So women are not directly aroused from something that they see. They're aroused from, meaning we, are aroused from the way that we feel by whatever it is that we're seeing, right? As opposed to just like seeing something and then getting aroused from it. And I feel like this is something that men don't get, because if you got it, then you would know why it's possible for a woman to be more attracted to someone who has a dad bod than a guy with a six-pack. Doesn't mean that you're more attracted on face value to a dad bod than a six-pack, but it just means that, like, well, what I'm guessing is that in a lot of cases, dad bods, so because men tend to not understand that women aren't relying as much on men's looks as men think. A lot of men don't realize that, like, it's really easy if you understand women. It's very easy for you to get a lady without having any looks. So someone actually offered to be a moderator on this, and I'm gonna message him right now. I'm gonna message him right now. Can I take you on the moderator offer? Haha. So, if you want to know all the secrets on how to court women, because I know there's a lot of guys in this thread, And if you're a girl, then don't feel left out. If you're a girl, then you're going to agree with me. If you want to know how to turn on women, you would know that you don't need to be like the most attractive guy ever to turn a woman on. Maybe in order to like get a woman's attention right away, because women care a lot about like status. So like, you know, I mean, it is like part of it is looks, but the looks are just, it's more of like, it's not like an arousal thing. It's more like, you know, you want to have pretty friends. You want to have attractive friends. You want to be associated with attractive people. You want to be associated with people, like, also studies show that people tend to be with other people who are in the same attractive level as them, with friends, with partners, just in general, people tend to like stay in their attractiveness levels. And attractiveness is totally subjective. So usually you just kind of, whatever attractive level you think you are, you choose people of that, you know, subconsciously hang around those kind of people, and then you just become like, you start to look like them because you hang out a lot and you just start to dress the same and you eat the same, and then you become like them. So Raymond's saying women are just as shallow as men. That's true. But also women tend to be aroused differently. So men who say that, you know, they have to be like the best looking ever in order to get a girl, it's not true. You just have to be like, you know, decent looking, I guess, compared to her. And not always, but in a lot of cases, like, I feel like there's a lot of, with men, there's a lot that you could do that you don't realize. So men with dad bods, so there are a few men that can be really good. Short men with dad bods, bald men, what else? Like, different types of men. There are a few classes of men who tend to be really good with women. And the reason for that is because they have something that's inhibiting them from being lazy. Like, really, like, you know, the standard good-looking type of men, like the classic good-looking man, tends to get very lazy when it comes to women, and never gets to the point of having to like work hard to court a woman. So he just relies on his looks, and he doesn't realize that, like, for women it's not the same thing. You need the skills in order to get women, in order to court a woman, because women are not going to be aroused visually. Like, so you need the skills. And the way that men usually get those skills is by, at least at some point in your life, going through a phase of, you are in that phase, that's when you get your skills, because that's when you're forced to like use your actual, you know, communicating with women skills. And, you know, like, there are a lot of different ways, but ultimately, you know, being, so Randy says, dad bod here, tall, 40, I'm not lazy. Okay, dad bods aren't lazy. Dad bods tend to work harder when it comes to women, because dad bods, you know, they're dad bod. They've got dad bods, so they have to work a little harder than the six-pack people. So that's how they get their skills. And it's really all about the skills at the end of the day. The skills, you know, just being very confident, giving a woman attention, being very, like, just be very confident in yourself and give a lot of attention. And it's like kind of like a combination of both. You know, you one second. Collab with bigger streams, have 1 viewer a stream, easy. 1,000 viewers a stream. So people are always like, oh, like, why don't you do this for your show and make it bigger, have more people on, and, make it more famous. I was like, I want my stream to become famous eventually, but right now, I just want to grow steady because I don't feel like I'm, like, experienced enough for, like, my streams. Like, if this stream were to go viral, it would have so much shit that people can crop out and just stay embarrassing, like, embarrassing things that I said, and just, like, people will crop it out, and then it would be so embarrassing because it would just be out there. And then, alright, you can twist the male streamers. Yeah, it would just be out there, and I wouldn't. It would be kind of embarrassing, but and then I always get people who are like, well, your streams are bad quality. Who's gonna watch them? Who's gonna watch your streams? Why would you just have like a low quality stream of you just talking? Guess what? People do watch it. People watch it to make themselves go to bed. People watch it as white noise while they do other things. People watch it to listen to while they're on their way to work. So okay, so someone's asking what's Prism. Prism is the app that I use, and apparently I'm like the only person who's using it right now because it's still new, and it's pretty good. I like it. So someone's asking how long do I usually stream for? Normally around an hour. I try to be not longer than an hour, but sometimes it goes on for longer. Like, I had Ford Fisher over. We would talk for like an hour and 45 minutes. It's like a pretty long show. PI Master says you should do a travel show. I would love to do that. I feel like I should, like, every week travel, but I don't know what you guys want me to talk about. What kind of places you want me to travel to? Would you want me to travel, like, news? Would you want me to travel and just do vlogs like I did last week? Last week I did a vlog. I went to, like, the Pride Parade and all that stuff, and that was actually pretty funny. So I think you guys liked that. Someone's asking about Cassandra. Cassandra is actually going to be on my live stream soon. So when that happens, I will tweet it out. I'll tell everybody. That one's going to be really fun because Cassandra, she is my friend, and she's an amazing friend, and I love her very much, and I'm very excited for her to come on my channel. So you'll see all of that. And Periscope crashed. Someone's saying Periscope crashed. That's alright. Periscope is still up. Don't worry. We're still good. I don't like watching Twitter because every time I turn on Twitter, I see my friends fighting, and I really hate it. Like, I really can't stand watching my friends just, like, all fight with each other because, like, I don't care about, and like, all they're fighting about is politics, and it's like, you're trying to destroy somebody's life based on politics. Like, you're trying to destroy somebody's life because of, like, a thing that they believe, and you're just, like, picking on them for believing that thing or not believing that thing that you don't want them to believe, and it's really the dumbest thing ever. Like, I don't know, I find it really dumb, and it bothers me because I think to myself, well, what if one time I don't have the right opinion? Does that mean they won't be my friends anymore? And they won't want to talk to me anymore because I have the wrong opinion? And then they're just going to be like, I have a text from Pardes a while back, And Pardes said some very, very naughty things. Pardes said, Pardes said, what did Pardes say? She said all short people should go to hell. And Pardes is, she's so nasty. I saw her in the market, and she was kicking a baby stroller, and baby came flying out and fell right in the lettuce section, and baby was crying, and she was like, go to hell, libtard. And like, that's how I feel like when I'm in this kind of situation, when I'm around people like that. I'm just like, oh my god, what if these people, like, one day don't like something that I said or did, and they try to ruin my life? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be friends with people. I don't want to be friends with allies, political allies. I don't care about politics. I'm not anybody's ally. Like, I'm not your ally, and I'm not your ally, and I'm not your ally. I don't give a shit about your stupid politics. I'm not like, like everybody thinks I'm on their political team. I'm not on your political team, I promise you. Like, as much as you think I'm on your political team, I'm not. At all. And I will probably not defend you or go to bat for you. Unless you're my friend, in which case I will. But there are very few people that that I trust so much that I would do that for. And, yeah. So, yeah, that's really it. Like, it just bothers me to see my friends fighting. And, the thing that worries me is that I might, it's like, I guess it's like watching a house burn. It's because, like, you care about both, you care about different people and whatever, but, like, they're just nasty to each other, and you're just like, I actually don't care about you guys. Maybe some of you I care about less than others, but I just don't care about any of you. And I just want to go and, it's ma'am! And I just want to go and, sit in my room and just have fun, doing my little live streams here, or just go and draw. I started drawing recently. I've been playing piano, I've been drawing, I've been dancing. I started, I literally just dance. It's fun. And ever since I stopped, I tried to stay away from politics. It helps so much. It's really good for my brain, my mental health. And the most annoying thing is feeling like I have to take a friend's side in anything. It's happened before, and it happens all the time between all kinds of people. But and not always do they pressure you deliberately, but sometimes it feels like a pressure, even if they don't overtly pressure you, and you're just like, oh, but I'm your friend, but I don't necessarily have beef with that person that you're having beef with right now, and so I don't really care, but I'm still your friend, I love you, but I also don't care enough about this situation to go and fight for you, for this person. I also am in this phase where I just really don't trust anybody. I really don't trust anybody in politics. I trust very few people, and every time I make a friend, and I'm like, oh, this person will be my friend, and then I get to know them a little more, and it's they're only friends with me because of politics, and they think I might be on their political side. I'm just I don't know if I'm your friend. Still waiting, surreal. Do I ever pretend to... So, Alfonso says, do you ever pretend to side with them and then turn around and tell the other person? I pretend to side with everybody, but at the same time, I'm not siding with anyone, if that makes sense. I literally, I just try to be nice to everybody. And, I just like to stay out of it. I like to gossip, You know what I mean? But I won't like share people's secrets. You know what I mean? Like I in my head, this is what I assume when I talk to people. I just assume that everybody, unless they're like my best friend that I trust so much, but even my best friends that I trust so much, like everyone is human. And I just assume, this is how I assume. I just assume that there's no secrets. Everything that I ever said to anybody is just going to be out in the open. That's how I treat my life. Like, I can't care anymore about what I said this time or that time. Everything that I said is out in the open. That's why I do these live streams, because it's all stream of consciousness, so you really hear everything that goes on in my head. And because I can't worry about, like, you know, so I just have to, like, accept that everything that I think and believe and hear is out in public. And if it's somebody else's secret, I don't want you telling me your secrets. And this is what I tell people. It's like, can I tell you a secret and you won't tell anyone? It's like, no, don't tell me, because I really don't give a shit, and I don't want my life to get ruined because of this. I don't want you to tell me a secret and then like someone else hears about it, or I accidentally say it to someone without realizing that this is gonna, like, you know, forgetting that this is a secret. And sometimes I do want people to tell me secrets, but it's really just for the sake of gossip, because I love to gossip. But it's like a secret for the sake of, like, you know, if it's someone that I don't trust, I'd rather they don't tell me their secrets. I don't want to hear your secret, because then something will happen to your secret without, you know, something might happen to your secret, and then you might come after me, or I might be the one responsible for spilling your secret without realizing it, and then you'll still come after me, and then, you know, like, you know, I used to tell my ex, like, if you have a secret, just don't share it with me. If there's something that you don't want anyone, that's like so careful, like, you know, you have security clearance with the, you know, and like they won't share it anyway. But if you do, you know, like if you do have something that you want to, just don't share it with me, because like it's not gonna help my life to know your, you know, your very, very deep dark secrets that nobody can know. It's not gonna help my life, and knowing it is gonna hurt my life probably. So I just rather not know. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, like, you know, your dirty secrets, your deep dark skeletons, I really like, you know, I accept you and whatever, like, just don't tell me, because it's not gonna make me a happier person. And life is so short, and ignorance is bliss, and we're all gonna die, and I might as well just die without knowing like a bunch of people's dirty laundry. Eli says, my 80% friend is my 20% enemy. What wise person said that? I don't know. Matham says if you share secrets, you're probably drunk. I don't share secrets, but I just feel like sometimes, like, if you're really, like, I'm really bad at lying. So, like, let's say my friend tells me, you know, don't tell anybody, but, you know, like, I hooked up with Roger, okay? So she tells me, don't tell anyone, but I hooked up with Roger. And then, you know, and then we're in a room together with, like, me and, like, you know, let's say I'm with Joe, and Joe says, hey, Pardes, did your friend and Roger hook up? And I'm just like, no. And then he will hear from my voice that I'm lying, because I said it like that. So I will have, not intentionally, I will have shared that girl's secret. And so when I say I don't want to hear people's secrets, it's not because I'm going to share it because I'm stupid and I won't be able, you know, I won't keep a secret. It's just because it's like, it's like a burden. To hold somebody's secret is a burden. And it like physically hurts to just, it's like painful to just like have to keep it in. It's like you have to go to the bathroom and you just have to keep like, you know, you just have to keep it all in forever and ever and ever and ever, and you just can't ever let it out, and you're just like, I just don't want to know. It's not making me a happier person or more relieved in any way. Felix says, am I boring if I don't have any secrets? No. You know what? I don't have any secrets, and I am so interesting. So freaking interesting. I feel like I've given away a lot of secrets without wanting to, and it every time that happens, it makes me feel weak. Like, it makes me feel stupid and weak, like I've been violated. You know what I mean? Like, somebody, like, tells me a secret, and then I'm in a different place, and someone else tries to get that secret out of me, which in Washington, D.C., it happens a lot. People are always trying to get secrets out of people. And so people are constantly, I always feel like people are trying to, you know, I always feel like I'm just paranoid all the time. Just like, oh, people are trying to get secrets. And so if I'm like, and then it often comes out. So that's why I'm just like, don't call me Shirley says I'm constipated with secrets. Hey, that's funny. Yeah, it's like, it always comes out in some way, like, you know, and it just, every time it happens, I'm just like, I get so mad at that person, and then I get so mad at myself. It's like, it really feels like you were like violated in a way, if that makes sense. Just like, you know, that it's like you didn't want to, but like the person pulled it out of you, and you're just like, oh, I hate myself. So anyway, I feel like people don't realize that people are always telling me like, Pardes, why are you so public with everything? Why are you telling everyone everything? Why are you so this? Why, you know, don't you realize that people will come after you if they know this about you or that about you? And it's like, people come after you anyways. I might as well just have everything out in the open, so that like no one can catch me like by surprise. Everything is out there, and I'd rather just be ahead of everything and not like, hey Larry, what's up? I'm so happy Larry O'Connor is watching my Periscope. Guys, Larry O'Connor is a radio host and TV host, and he's got his own show, and he's watching my Periscope. I'm bowing. So I forgot what I was saying, but anyways, it's almost hitting the 1 hour mark. That means that, Eli, who was saying they fall asleep? That means that whoever's watching this live stream to fall asleep is probably sleeping already. And everyone say hi, Larry. In honor of Larry, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are not on YouTube, check out the YouTube link that's attached to my Periscope link, and subscribe to my channel, and like the video. And if you're on Periscope, just like click the hearts a bunch of times on Periscope, and also share this video, because why not? And so my live streams are for falling asleep. So that's it for tonight. I would sing you a lullaby if my voice was good for it. But yeah, that's it. No, secrets are bad for you. They make you deteriorate and make you have mental problems. Secrets are bad for you. Harvard is dumb, but it's not their fault. It's not their fault for like Harvard kicks out a lot of people, but it's also don't crucify 16-year-olds or 18-year-olds for things they did at 16. We all, and I'm not defending the N-word, but it's like, the N-word in prep schools is like the worst thing possible. So it's like the worst thing possible in those schools. I'm sure when you were 16, you tried to do whatever was the worst thing possible in your school. And so that's it. That's the Harvard thing. And then the dad bod thing is that dad bods can be more attractive than six-pack people, because dad bods often have to build more skills over time. To court women, if you are confused about anything I just said, go back and watch the video. You'll have an easier time understanding because it will all be there, and I will have explained it in length with all the theatrics. Kidding. So like, subscribe. See you all tomorrow night, and we got some really cool guests this week. We've got Wednesday night, we've got a girl who is going to come and talk to us. She's an expert on mental health. She's going to come talk to us about mental health, different mental health problems and stigmas. And, Washington, D.C. is the place with the highest rate of mental health problems, yet we don't know people that have mental health problems because they don't talk about it. So this girl's going to come on and talk about it. Thursday night, Dan Gabriel, he's a former CIA agent and filmmaker of Mosul. He's going to come and talk about what it was like in the CIA. That is really cool, so you're going to want to see that one. He was an intel officer for 9 years, so he's going to come and talk about it. And then Friday night, possibly, tentatively, we will have Cassandra Fairbanks. She is the coolest person ever. Cassandra will... That one's going to be the most interesting. That one's going to be really interesting. So definitely stick around for that one. And see you all tomorrow.